Welcome to Let's Play by Play, descriptively narrated playthroughs of games. We're going to continue this time with Doom Episode 3, Inferno. So now we begin the third chapter, Inferno. And we begin with a start room that's got that strange tentacle texture on the floor. It's got this fleshy texture with the kind of bulging organs showing through strips and a kind of spinal column in each texture wall. We're also facing a rather strange looking stretched pink skin on the wall. It looks like it might be a switch, so we'll hit it. Yep, it opens an eyeball. And the floor raises up to reveal a tentacle covered escape with a low gray wall surrounding it with some imps in the middle. Also got some dried up brown trees surrounding us. Only got the pistol, so I guess this is hell, and we're gonna have to find some better ammo for all these demons. We got some bullets. There's a door in front of us with some skulls on it. It's kind of a wooden cast iron door. There's also a reddish brick wall in front and a switch on the left, a skull switch. The skull switch opens the door and we'll proceed into a reddish hallway that's got a kind of a gross looking red bloody ceiling and a gray cement floor. See a hallway to the right. We're going to start heading down this way. There's a corpse hanging from the wall and another skull covered doorway. Okay, finally. So on the other side of this door we see a grayish area. It's got that kind of crushed cube stone wall, and then on the other wall is a cinder block with some algae kind of growing on it with the green strips. And then there's also a lower area that has a brown floor, some corpses and a dead tree. We're gonna head to the door on the far right, which has a kind of creepy looking green face on it, like an old man's face with horns and some glowing eyes. There's a pinky on the other side as well. Really need to get a better gun. Okay, so this hallway's darker. It's got the cinder block walls, gray floor. Veers off to the right a little bit and then jogs to the left. Another hard right turn. Open another door and we see some red pillars in front of us in this red cinder block room. It's a sergeant on the other side. Oh, no, that's just a skull on a pillar. Oh, we got some shotgun shells on the premises. Another door with that creepy face on it. A lot of books in this room. We got most of them. Let's check. Yep, this looks like the exit door in this small gray room with like pebbles on the floor and on the walls. Nope, it's not the exit door, it's just another room. So we see in this room there's a gray teleporter in front of us. There's some health packs, some shotgun shells. So we'll step on the pedestal. Hell Keep. Finished. So that was Hell Keep. We have 100% kills, 100% items, 0% secrets. So the landscape here appears to be some plateaus with kind of a greenish growth on top. And also along the bottom we've got like what looks like a desert area. And then in the lower right corner it's kind of a grayish stone area. And there's also on the very bottom there's a 3-level building that almost looks like a stepped pyramid with some red cross like etchings in it, and below it are some what looks like lava streams flowing out of it. In the center is kind of a black castle with glowing lights inside, like there's a fire glowing in it. And then we see a river of lava above that castle, and above the river of lava we see a tower. Off to the right we see a kind of horn, some horns sticking out of the desert. Above that we see a walled building with kind of a red steeple. So now we're going to enter the Slough of Despair. So here in the Slough of Despair we begin in a very grayish looking area. The The sky out here is very dark red with some clouds and reddish mountains. Everything is red. So behind us we see there's some large like cube stone steps that had led us down here. And the ground is that kind of dark black sand color. The walls are kind of like a gravel-ish gray. We've also got some creepy looking flaming lamps on either side with the skull bases. We're gonna walk forward past some brownish, like, I guess, plants of some kind. They almost look like roots. We see a lost soul skull off in the distance and a pinky demon. But we don't have a better weapon, so we're gonna creep around to the right. We see a fallen sergeant on the ground. Here we go, sergeant. Let's take his weapon. Alright, now we have a shotgun, and the Doom guy's face smiles. Grab that health pickup because we're injured there. Now we can double back. Okay, we're low on shotgun shells. We're gonna add a few more off the ground. There's a green armor here, that's much needed. We see a brown tree, dried tree. In this area it's kind of a bit like a maze with the cube crushed stone walls around us. We got a health pack. Just gonna keep working our way around to take every right we can. There's a specter. Two lost souls. Now there's also another new thing here. It's kind of a floating stalactite, kind of floating in the air with some skulls on top, and it looks like it's on fire or otherwise glowing. Grab these bullets. Keep taking right turns as we work our way around here. Sold there. We see some sergeants on the side wall, each in their own like little reddish colored cubby. They seem to be able to jump down. Also behind us. Okay, if we double back to where those sergeants were in the cubbies, we also see there's kind of a pool of water here, but it's surrounded by a strange, hellish blue and red glowing rock. Okay, and on the other side of these, this little hallway, we see another little pool of water. A very dark area. Oh, a Kanko demon. Kako demon. I don't have a better weapon. Let's get some shotgun shells before we take him on. Originally in Doom we could not jump, but I am playing GTD, which has the jump ability turned on. Oh, we don't need to. We can just walk over this red triangle to lower that platform and get all the shotguns from the former sergeants. Unfortunately, we're quite injured, so we're going to need to find some help. Okay, so this area where the Kako demon started is very dark. It's a low kind of gravel ceiling, gravel walls. There's another pool of water in the middle. I'm afraid to walk in those at the moment. Alright, I grabbed some stim packs, and there's a blue technical wall with a skull switch. Another door. Kako demon. Here, it makes it difficult to get away from their blasts. Alright, some rockets. Now we just need a rocket launcher. Now we'll double back because this way there's a dead end. Kako demon. The shotgun works reasonably well. Oh, killing that guy seemed to open a door. That's a spectacle. So hard to see. Okay. But there's a health pack where he appeared. So now going back into that Cacodemon area, we have lost souls around here. Now we have some iron walls around us. Only a pistol, it's taking a while. So I'm going to double back away from these iron walls to that maze-like area with the crushed cube walls and see if we can find some more ammo. Stimpaks, that helps. No ammo though, unfortunately. But a berserk, that'll work for now. Okay, so now we're heading back into that area with the iron walls that kind of weave back and forth. Blowing up some lost souls here. Doors open behind us. Yes. Okay, good. We'll grab that ammo. We've got a shotgun. Oh, going backwards. Okay. Moving forwards, it appears this is a dead end. Oh, not quite. Okay, so now we're in a room at the other end of this twisty iron hallway that has an arrow in the floor in the form of a small pool of water with that hellish texture around the pool. We see two switches on either side of the wall. We'll hit the right one first. Sounds like something open, but I don't see it. And we'll hit the other switch. Whoa. Okay, now there's a specter in front of us. And it looks like a specter. Secret areas revealed. Okay, we got the rockets. I think that's all we can use right now. Our health is already overcharged, so we'll go back through the iron twisty hallways. Okay, and on the other side of this maze, there's also another opening that's just opened up with a lot of lost souls. And we have no ammo, so now we're gonna look for some. Oh, shotgun shells, perfect, and a mega armor. That's good. Okay, so we'll keep heading that way. Running away from them. Found another opening here with a Cacodemon. Unfortunately, it's only 7 shots left, so maybe we can find some more. Oh, here's a blue key. You picked up a blue skull key. Also a corpse hanging from the sky. Rather strange. But a pillar, a blue technical looking pillar is opened up with a switch on it. Hit that switch, it opens something far away from the sound of it. Now we'll double back to that area where the lost souls had appeared. Below that door. Okay, and in this cubby where they had appeared, we see there's a blue skull door. So we have that key, the switch inside, and it lowers the platform in front of us so we can walk on it. And we see a gray teleporter, so we'll walk on that. Slow of Despair. Finish. 91% kills, 86% items, and 33% secret. Entering Pandemonium in the center of that black castle with a flame in the middle. So this opening room of Pandemonium in the third episode of Doom has dark green walls. It looks like a hallway up in front of us, some gray hexagonal floor tile, and behind us is the starting door. So we'll begin walking forward. Now the area opened up higher. There's some hallways off to each direction, the left, the right, and up in front. On the right hand side we see some like stacks of skulls piled high behind some bars. The room opens up even higher at the other end of the room. And we see some torches in the corners of the room on platforms, and the first pinky. Grab some shotgun shells and move forward through the next hallway, which has skulls on the walls that are glowing on the sides. Lost soul in front of us. He has appeared behind us, so we'll take him out. Head back down this hallway. The hallway has changed slightly. Now we see some lit areas with the lion's face carved in the wall, or mounted like a gargoyle. It's got some glowing eyes and mouth. There's little cubbies on the right. Get some cover. Okay, now the area opens up to a slightly larger green room. We hear some souls behind us, coming from these little murder holes on the left and on the right. In one of them, we're walking down the hallway, and there's some of the brown paneled walls with the caution tape. It says a secret is revealed in this larger room at the other end of the hallway. There's some water below us. As we step up into the central bridge, it's a very small bridge over the water. We're taken across into a small looping area and a further hallway ahead. We walk down it. Now we see a bridge over lava in a room at the end of the hall. There's also a cacodemon. These demons can wince when they're shot. Their mouth and eyeball closes in tightly. When they shoot their fireballs, their mouth opens and spits it out. So in the fire and the lava, we see like those glowing bits of earth floating in the sky. We also see on the other side of the lava pit a berserk. So we're gonna walk around the hallway around the lava pit. Now we see there's a pit in front of us, but it's got a demon inside, and it's cement. Cinder block. Looks like we're gonna have to drop inside. Oh, there's a switch. The switch first. Yep, hitting switch raised the floor, so now we can cross over. Get some armor bonuses. This room has the gray gravel-like floor. We have a rocket launcher, excuse me, and a backpack full of ammo. We're gonna try and grab that green armor, but we don't need it. We've already got 198% armor. There's also an exit to the berserk. Another weapon berserk. Double back. Run all the way back to that room with the bridge and the water. Cross over the water. Now we come back to start again. Okay, as we cross through this green room into another green room, we see there's like the tentacle texture, but it's rotating across different pillars in the center of the room. It looks very creepy. We also see a body on a spike that's been impaled, kind of hanging there. It looks like another human. Okay, we walk through the green area into a wooden area. And the wooden area has several steps up at different levels. There's a skull switch on the wall. Oh, nope, it's just a skull decoration. Pardon me. There's also a door on the other side. You open the door, and this looks like the paneled caution tape wall. We're also behind some imps. Another impaled human. Some imps on the other side. Now there's two hallways in this larger room. I'm gonna walk down the one to the right on the far end. Some iron walls. Now we see this hallway steps down into a greenish textured room with water on the ceiling. That's interesting. And the walls here are the hexagonal gray tile, but they're actually, the walls are kind of rotating around the room, which is very strange. Inside we see some little cubbies with ammo and some fleshy walls, skulls. Grab a rocket. Okay, we'll exit this little room area, and into a larger green room, which has some nukage pits. Across the bridge over the nukage. Into a darker green hallway. Okay, and this appears to be an area we started out in. Okay, this is just outside the start room, so it seems we've gone all the way around. Now we're going to go up through the center, which is a stairwell. Okay, we see an open sky in this wooden colored room. Some creepy lanterns in the corners of the room. And there's a head on a pike and some guts on the ground. There's also a switch on a raised platform in the other end of the room. Hit that switch. And it's lowered a pillar down with a shotgun on top. Grab that shotgun. Now we'll go up the large steps on the left of the switch. Now we're in an area at the highest level, it appears, with an open sky and some really pink fleshy walls, which look rather gross. Okay, we're moving down. Now we see like a pool of blood below us as we step down into an area with like pipes on the walls. Secret is revealed. Okay. Now we see a fenced wall we can see through and see a mega armor on the other side and some, we hear some demons nearby, but I don't see them, so we're going to double back to the blood pool. Got a health pack in the blood pool. It looks like the blood pool meets with the lava pool. Do a quick save. We got an overcharge in the lava. And we're doubling back. Can't get out this way. Okay, so how do we get out of this secret? Let's see. Oh, it steps down. Okay, so when we go back to the room with the fence where we can see the blue mega armor, we're gonna step off to the right and we see some steps leading down. Now we're below the mega armor. There's a door at the far end. This leads to a wooden area with a window overlooking a nukage pit. This room looks like a dead end, so we'll go back to the door and head to the steps just beside it. Now we have an open sky above us, gray floor below us, and we've got that caution tape wall with paneling. There's also a wooden door and some iron walls. It says we need the blue key to open this door, so we can't go this way yet. On the opposite side, there's a switch with a gray hallway that has rising steps after we hit the switch. And now we have that mega armor we saw earlier. Fortunately, we don't have the key we need. We're going to drop off this platform. Heading back towards the green area with the scrolling walls. Crossing the nukage pit. And back near the start room. So we're going to head back up the stairwell to the wooden area. Near the platform with a switch and turn to the right this time. Go up some steps, again up to a fleshy colored area. Got some shotgun shells. Step down slightly to the other side of the fleshy area on top here. And we fell down this elevator into a slightly lower fleshy covered area. We see an eye switch that looks like the one we started with, and some steps down into a very metallic looking area. First we'll hit the eye switch and ride this elevator up. That leads us to some kind of painful floor, so we'll jump back down after we got some of the power-ups up there. Okay, now we're going to go through that metallic stairwell or elevator. Now we're in a very metallic room. It has the blue skull key that we needed, and some shotgun shells and a clip. It's also got a window overlooking one of the earlier areas. We're going to go back up the stairwell. Now these fleshy spine-colored walls that have the pink protruding through them. In this case, they are an elevator, so we're going to lower that elevator. Ride it back up to the top fleshy level. This area seems to hurt, so we're going to get back down to that wooden room with the switch. Cross over to the other side. Down to that little secret area. Back down the iron and green winding doorway. Oh, and we see we have Some painful water, it looks like. Oh, and vulnerability. Excellent. We head back up to the caution taped area. It's really hard to see with vulnerability because it's black and white inverted. When invulnerable, the Doom guy's eyes kind of glow white with a kind of yellow outline. It's very creepy. So we're going to go through the exit door now that we've cleared this room. We see some kind of Geiger-like walls that have lots of intricate-looking pipes. And there's a pentagram on a teleport pad that looks like our exit, so we're going to step on it. Pandemonium finished. 88% kills, 85% items, and 50% secret. Time 10:58. Now entering House of Pain. So here we are in the House of Pain, Episode 3, Level 3. We see a twisting body hanging on a chain in the start room. The start room is shaped basically like an octagon with lime green cinder block walls. In front of us we have the rocket launcher and a green armor and a med kit, which we won't need for now. There are two other hallways branching off to the left and the right. The two soldiers on the right. On the left we see a blood pool, but we're going to head forward and go through the stairwell, which is dark brown. Twist off toward the left and then around to the right. We see a gray door. We're going to open the gray door. We see the gross tentacle tiles on the floor. The room opens up in the distance. We see some pillars hanging kind of from the sky over some pits and some golden lamps on the left. As we walk into the room, the pillar on the left side of the room starts going down and up again. It's like a crushing pillar. The top of the pillar is a gross tentacle texture with kind of a pinkish tint, like flesh. We'll hit the first of 3 switches on the wall, and we see it raises the floor of that pit. The second switch and the other pit is also raised, so we've got invincibility in one, chain gun in the other. We'll hit the final switch. It looks like it's opened a door in the corner, so we're going to run and get the chain gun first. Run through the second crusher. Get the invincibility. Unfortunately, it also means we got caught, so we wasted a lot of that. As we were released, we're going to run around to that open doorway. We'll head into this greenish colored area. Some dark hallways. Grab the health pack. Hidden doorway in the distance opens up, revealing a pinky demon. Grab some of the health bonuses and bullets that were in that room. Heading back in the main room, we see the 3 large hallways in the distance. There's some gargoyle textures that are kind of lit on the walls in the corners, and I see a blinking key in the distance. We'll grab that blue key. It's the blue skull key, and then we'll head back because that's a dead end. Now we'll head down the center hallway that runs parallel to the others. There's a door at the end. The blue door. We see a green door on the left. It opens up a room with kind of square lights on the ceiling. Looks like there's a power up at the end here. Stim back. Grab the power up. Invisibility. Okay. Some health bonuses here. And another doorway at the other end. So this opens to a brighter room with 2 doors on the left, 1 on the right. The left and front doors are bright green, and they're taller. Door on the right is a dark gray and smaller. And we see there's lava inside of it, and a switch down below. So we'll open the door back up and try to run in. Okay, we hit the switch. It raised up the floor. It said a secret is revealed. We'll grab the med kit in the corner. I don't happen to see which way the secret is, but oh, we seem to have gotten a different gun, which is hard to see with the partial invisibility, which makes the gun kind of transparent. Okay, so we open up the door in the front, and we see there's kind of a pentagram We can open the pentagram, which is a door. We see we've got some like blood or guts on the floor. And blue power up, and grab that, supercharge, and run back. Back to the original room with the 3 doors. Try the leftmost door now. Okay, so now that partial invisibility is worn off and this is a dead end, we'll go back and we'll check that gun. It looks like we've gotten a silver-colored gun with a black nozzle. We have 320 ammo. Okay, went through that door on the side, went through the door on the front, so we're just gonna have to double back. So now we're heading back through the door we came in. Back to the door that led us here. Okay, now we're back to the first hallway, that dark hallway that opened through the blue door. Now we'll open this door in front of us that's kind of a technical texture. We see now a gray kind of gravel or guts flooring. There's a red floor sector in front of a golden door and a small corner of water. When we step on the water, it opens a door, but behind that door is another door. And that door opens only partially when we approach it from the right side. There's also a misaligned texture. Alright, we'll try running to that second door. Oh, it won't let us through yet. Up now, the other door on the right is open. And we've just fired the weapon at Pinky Demon, and it made quick work of him with a green plasma charge. Now we'll run through that door, and we see a lower hallway with a lower brown ceiling and the green cinder block walls opening up towards another brighter hallway. We've got a couple imps up ahead, but we're not going to waste the green ammo of the BFG. Walking forward, the hallway opens up a bit. We have a gray hexagonal ceiling, and we've got 2 square pillars with a lot of switches on it. Switches on every side, and there's skull switches. We'll try hitting the first one on the left. Sounds like it's opened something, but it quickly turned itself off. Let's try the one on the right. Work our way around the rightmost, and try the left as well. Heading further down the room, we see the yellow skull key door. It's locked, so we'll double back. Checking out. We can see we now have the yellow skull key from one of the doors that we opened. Now we'll head through the yellow skull key door to get the red skull key in a small room with no other exit. Okay, so now we'll hit the skull switch on the right side, the right pillar. That opens the doorway that we have not yet explored. And we see the red door. Opening the red door, we see a hallway. And it's a little taller but narrower. There's some nooks and some lost souls. And if we open the door at the end, we get a navigation suit. The secret is revealed, and behind us, there's guts or gory tile floor, some red brick, some nooks along the way with that Kaku demon. We have a backpack and a fiery wall texture. Heading forward, we're in a brown area. The switch, we hit the switch. There's some floor down below, some red pillars. We'll hit the switch in the door behind us. It lowers a small barrier to blue armor. We have all the skull keys, blue armor. We're going to drop down below. There's a pinky demon on this lower brown level. There's also a nook in the corner. We'll open the door in that nook, head forward into a brown textured hallway, and we see the exit sign. So we open the technical exit door. We see a very bluish colored room, kind of a technical room, but with a strange blue texture and a teleporter, and 2 torches in the corners. House of Pain. 78% kills, 66% items, 50% secrets. Now we're going the upper left into the Unholy Cathedral, which looks like a lava volcano. So here we are in the Unholy Cathedral. We can see in front of us the start room is a low cinder block, kind of limestone walled room, but it opens up very quickly into an open sky area with the same lime stone tiles and some blue flame torches, with some green flamed lanterns in the distance. We see 2 areas off in the distance. The first goes off to a doorway. There's also another parallel nook on the right, and one on the left. So basically 4 areas. All have doors at the ends. In the far left, we see 3 bodies on the ceiling above and a doorway. This area is the most lit, so we're going to start here. So we open the door, we see another smaller room. It looks like a Y shape in red on the kind of engraved into the wall. So we open the door, and we've got the drop on 3 imps. Now we have another room with 2 doorways on either corner. We'll go to the right. Now we see another hallway twisting around. We go to the door on the left. Now we see a big open area with 3 teleporters. We're actually going to double back. Take the forward door, because we're going to stay on the outside of that open area for now. There's another imp. We see some face textures in what looks like some letters on the walls. The first looks like an H with a strike through. A U, and the last letter looks a bit like an upside down U shape. Now we see some red brick pillars in the middle. They appear to be round. There's a wooden door with skulls we can open on the left, and another wooden door with skulls in front of us. Looks like there's a blue power up on the other end, so we're going to go for a secret area. Oh, okay, now we got the plasma rifle. Some demons have appeared to challenge us. This lime-colored room has kind of little spiky nooks in all the corners. We're going to double back through the door we came in. Oh, we can't open that yet. There's a skull switch in the wall, so that opens the door. There's also a lot of health med packs in this room, so now we're back in the main hallway with those red pillars and the brown flooring. We're going to head up to the imps too. Hiding in these iron-walled nooks. Okay, back near the red pillar, we're going to go around the corner. We see now 3 doors. We're going to start with the leftmost door. Demon, looks like the other side of the other door. There's another nook in the corner here. Looks like maybe a brown colored wall, and it lowers to reveal a very reddish area, so we're going to run through there. Some health bonuses. And we teleported into the central area. Big central area that has an open sky. Some large red brick center columns. And tall lime-colored walls with some bodies on the walls hanging from things. We see a body on a spike as well. It's relatively dark, but we do see 3 more letter-like symbols etched into the wall in the distance. One looks like an F with the top backwards, an L with a notch, and the letter O. So we see one blinking set of teleporters. There's teleporters in the corners, so we're going to go do the blinking teleporter. Now we see 2 pinky demons. We picked up partial invisibility and a berserk, so we'll go through the doors in the corners. We see Lost Soul. here we found the blue skull key door, but we don't have the blue key yet, so we'll double back. Okay, we've opened the corner at the far end. There's a lava pit room with a hallway at the other end and another doorway. Going to the other doorway, we appear to be back in the halls that are surrounding the open area. The door at the far end leads back to the teleporters and back to those imps that we killed earlier. So as we head through past the imps in the far door, we see a Y-shaped symbol carved into the wall and a wooden door. Okay, and we've already gotten back to the beginning area with those 4 different parallel walkways. So we've teleported back to the main area. Now we're going to go to the next glowing teleporter. We'll take the left door this time. Back to the main area again. And back to the glowing teleporter. Okay, it's a little loop here, so we'll break out of the loop. Let's see. Stay on the outside this time. Run across the lava pit. Open the door, we see another lava pit. We'll run across that. And back to the beginning area. On this far side, we also see that Y-shaped symbol etched in the wall. Okay, we're back to the area with the red pillars. And that secret door that we passed before. We're back to the room with the 3 doors. This time we're going to pass through and head to the right. Okay, now we're in the top section of the level. We see a strange little red pillar that's kind of hollowed out with some lights in it. We can step through it. And it opens a metal door on the far end, which has brown floors inside, red brick walls, low ceiling with some circular red lights, lots of corpses hanging from the ceiling, and some crusher pillars in the corners. Looks like there's a teleporter in one, some switches and others, and some boss. There's the blue key in the nook in the corner. The other switch on the left side now, upper left corner. It lowers the chain gun. Now we'll start heading back towards the blue door. We've teleported back into the central area. Back to the glowing teleporter. Oh, it's a bit of a loop again. Okay, so back to the glowing teleporter. this door. Okay, so we take the left door. Alright, now that's the way. So now we found the blue skull door again. Skull key door, so we'll step through it. We see the exit and another nook to the right, which has a wooden panel that looks like doorway. We open that doorway, we see a green ceiling and floor and a little lower platform. Oh, lots of enemies attacking. Run off to the left, right? Hit the switch. G. This wall. Hit the switch. Stop these guys from respawning. Clear out the room. Boy, that was expensive, but it was fun. Okay, it looks like that was just a BFG weapon hiding there. So we'll grab the med kit in front of the exit door, back to the exit door, and step on the teleporter. Unholy Cathedral. Kills 93%, items 68%, and secret 30%. Now we see Mount Erebus to the upper right corner. Looks like a kind of a temple in medieval style. This is Mount Erebus. We've got a starting area that's got a gravel kind of brown and gray texture on the floor. We've got a sarge on the left we've just taken out. The texture in front of us is a reddish and bluish glowing kind of alternating color. And then we see the hellish sky of the Inferno episode, as well as the pool of lava or lake of lava all the way around the level, which is surrounded by a low red brick wall enclosing us. Instead of going through the wooden door in front of us, we're actually going to run off through the lava as quickly as we can to the left and head back to the main area. In this main area, we see there's a cinder block area off to the left and a greenish building off in the distance. We're going to take the steps up this level. We see a bunch of enemies below and grab the invincibility. Got a couple more rockets, make a quick run through the lava and toward that green kind of marble colored building. Open the door to this green building and just clear it out as quick as we can because we're still vulnerable and the rockets don't hurt us up close. Now we got Berserk. We see a candle in the corner, we hit that and see a teleporter hidden in the cover. Now we're on a ledge, it seems like on the opposite side of the level, there's a lot of boss souls. We see to the right there's a chainsaw on a platform over there, and also a box that we can jump into. Lots of boss souls and okay, now with those guys cleared out, we'll drop it in this box. It's kind of a watery area that's set lower than the lava lake, which is strange, but we'll jump on the teleporter inside the box. Now we're in kind of a Y-shaped area that's got long open windows. Clear out the sarges at the right-hand side with the switch at the end. Imps on the other side of the Y. And we'll double back towards the end, which is opened up now that we hit the switch. We'll drop off and head to the ledge right there. Kako Demon guarding that way. That's okay, we've got some rockets to take care of him. Unfortunately, he really hurt us, so we'll grab that stim pack. Grab that stim pack too. Heading back toward that brick wall, we see there's a reddish colored cubby that's opened up with a radiation suit inside, so we're going to run across and grab that as quick as we can. Okay, we've got that, plus an auto map. We're going to go back in the lava around this cinder block wall, and we see this strange pool of blood inside in a hallway, so we go through the bloody pool, we see the blue door, walk through the blue door, we see it looks like an exit door, and we step on the teleporter. Mount Erebus, reached. 48% kills, 12% items, 0% secrets. Gate to Limbo. This is kind of in the center upper part of the screen. Okay, so here we are in Limbo. This room is a dark lime colored room with a brown floor and a body hanging from the red ceiling. Behind us there's a wooden door. We're going to open it, grab the backpack of ammo. Switch to our plasma gun. In front of us we see a pinky demon in the distance. Sarge. Clearing them out, we see a larger, taller room with a large pool of blood and a green pillar in the center. 2 walkways on the left and the right. We'll start by going to the left. In the hallways on the left side, there are green brick walls. We're going to keep heading around the left. We see a kind of cube stone, grayish pillar in the center, a very large round pillar. We're going to keep heading towards the back corner. We see the blue skull key. We're going to run for that. Run to get off the platform where the bridges are. Now we're going to head back the way we came, around the large cube stone pillar. Grab some help as we go. Back to the blood pool in the center. Kill that pinky. We're gonna run across to the center platform with the green pillar and grab some health kits while we're there. We're gonna run across to the right hand side. We see on the right side there's another opening. This hallway is a larger red brick room. There's 2 doors on the right and the left, both blue skull key. We open the leftmost and we see it opens into a room with a river of blood running through it and some steps on the other side we're going to run across. Get over to those steps. The Kako demon in the window on the right side where we came from. He seems trapped over there, but now he's dead. There's a raised platform on the other side after we've crossed over the steps, and there's a very dramatically lit hole in the ground that we're going to have to drop into. There's some nukage blood in there, so we're going to run through there as quick as we can. The Kako demon inside, took care of him. We'll grab a radiation suit and head off to the left. As we head straight through these kind of bloody corridors, we see there's another platform with a Sarge and some more radiation suits. We're going to head forward and start bearing to the left. There's a teleporter, we're going to head left first. There's another platform here with the red skull key. We took out that Sarge. We're going to open the red door, put the red switch inside, and now we're going to double back. Again, hugging the left, we're going to grab the teleporter. Past before. Now we're back in this central area where we were. And now we need the yellow key, so we're going to head back to that main area where we started, passing the gray cube stone wall. Go to the new area that's opened up on the kind of north side of that circular blood pool room. Go to the pillar on the left, which has a door behind it. Now we're in a new area that looks like it shows the exit door, but we can't get there yet. Sarge on the far side shooting at us. We'll hit the switch next to the teleporter we came through. Take out that lost sword. We'll run across to the steps on the far side where the bridge was raised. Grab the yellow skull key. And hit the teleporter in the corner opposite the yellow key. Now we're going to run out of this room again. Whoops, we passed those radiation suits. We're going to grab a new suit from the corner that opened up. Some health kits. We're back in the center room now. But we need to double back to the far western side and head south. So another blood pool area with another pillar, behind which is another door and teleporter. But this time it's taking us to an area with a switch. Hit that switch. We can't do anything else, so we'll go back to the teleporter. This is kind of at that end, so we'll double back towards the middle, passing the cube stone pillar, and then back to the blood pool room. Now we're going to go across into the center. Cross over there, we now see that there's a raised bridge leading to the yellow skull key door, the open skull key door. And all we have are a couple of health kits and a switch, so we'll hit that switch. Can't really go anywhere else, so we'll double back to the teleporter. So now we're back in the blood pool room yet again. This time we'll head to the western side again. And now we're going to head up north. We see there's yet another blood pool room with a green pillar. And a door on the other side. And a teleporter. Taking this teleporter, we now see another yellow skull key door. And the pathway to the exit. Finally, what a maze of a level. It took quite a bit of practice, but here we are. The exit teleporter. Gate to Limbo finished. 57% kills, 0% items, 0% secret. Entering Dis, which is in the center at the very top. So here we are on the 8th level of the Inferno episode of Doom. We start in a room that's relatively tall with square tiles on the floor with a mason-like material or marble-like material. The walls around us are kind of a brownish tubular pattern with a large wooden door in front of us with many different skulls on it. We're going to open that door. Switch to the BFG. The area in front of us is opening outward. We have a rocket launcher in front of us. And there's a Caco Demon off in the distance shooting fireballs. That sound is a new enemy. To the right we see a spider demon, which looks like a large brain with a mechanical spider base. We're going to switch back to our BFG here. Oops. Shot by another Caco Demon. Spider demon with a couple shots from the BFG. The screen wipes away to a kind of sandy beach pattern with black sand, and we see the red text explaining what happened. The loathsome spider demon that masterminded the invasion of the moon bases and caused so much death has its ass kicked for all time. A hidden doorway opens and you enter. You've proven too tough for hell to contain. And now, hell at last plays fair, for you emerge from the doom to see the green fields of Earth, home at last. You wonder what's been happening on Earth while you were battling evil unleashed. It's good that no hell spawn could ever have come through that door with you. ... So the screen wipes away. We hear this nice pleasant music. We see a bunny in the grass with a mountain landscape and an orange sky. The screen scrolls to the left and we see some kind of large brown building. It's on fire. It looks like a fortress. Up, we see a bunny's head on a stake coming up from the ground in front of the building. And when we press the key, we see the end, and it's shot through with holes. And this concludes the 3 episodes of the original 1993 version of Doom. Thanks for tuning into this playthrough. Remember, you can also subscribe on iTunes or visit letsplaybyplay.org for the Surround Sound podcast.